Alright team, welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday the 30th of March, which means we are T-minus 13 days out from the Auckland Waterfront Half Marathon.
Now guys, time for a just notice that if you're a perceptive watcher, or if you know about the Auckland Waterfront Half Marathon 2026, you'll know it did not take place on the 12th of April. Okay, and here's me speaking from the present. That was filmed a little bit in the past. It got postponed. The race got postponed because of old mate Cyclone Vaianu, which bore down upon us on the 12th of April. And so the race is taking place on the 19th. I'm going to upload a separate video that sort of talks about that, but enjoy this week in the life. And I'm going to mention the 12th of April a lot, so bear with. And look forward to that other separate explainer about the postponement and what I'm doing to combat, to adapt to it.
And I thought, why don't we change it up a little bit and I show you a week in the life as I start my taper for that half marathon and just walk through what it looks like, family life, work life, and training. It's a smaller week in terms of training, obviously, it's taper, but there's going to be all sorts of reflections in with that, so you're going to want to keep watching. Sometimes it's a struggle to do less and trust the process, so we're going to get into that in a bit more detail later in the video. But yes, this week's an exciting one because in the lead up to Easter here in Auckland, where I live, we're actually heading down with my family to Wellington to visit some friends at the end of the week. So towards the end of the video, you'll also see us on our journey with three little kids on a plane down to Wellington, New Zealand's beautiful windy capital. And yeah, should be a good video. I thought I'd change it up this week and give you more of an insight into my life. But what I'm going to be doing now is, after a hard workout last night, if you saw the last video, I basically did it again, guys. I didn't get my long run in until the evening of Sunday. And yesterday was bit over 20 kilometers. I ended up doing it 100% on a treadmill because I wasn't so keen on just being out in the dark again. I know, as I said in the last video, if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll think I'm such a softie because you're probably doing that all the time through winter. Although it's probably getting lighter for you right now. But I've just got used to running in the light, in the sun, down here in the Southern Hemisphere. So yeah, running in the dark, it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to again. So I was inside on a treadmill, over 20K, yeah, an hour 45. It took some concentration, but we got it done. And there was a 5K segment there towards the end at race pace, actually at 3:58, which felt pretty good, but really conscious within that run, and we'll probably get into this more. I'm not trying to prove my fitness anymore. Like from now on, and even from yesterday, it's not so much about proving fitness and trying to build fitness. If anything, it should be there, and now it's about freshening up and trusting that I've done enough. And that's tricky, and we'll get into that in more detail of how I'm processing that and trusting that I've done enough for the race on 12th of April. What we're gonna do now is head to the gym again and spend a little bit of time on the bike, guys. I used to do a lot of cycling back in the day, but today it's really just about freshening up the legs and keeping them ticking over. I've actually got my bike pants on. Oh yeah. Got my bike pants on, and that's gonna help just comfort wise on the bike in the gym. Just gonna do half an hour, spin the legs out, then do some mobility, some stretching, some foam rolling, and get all with the goal of getting the legs feeling a little bit fresher, a bit lighter. And that's really what the next couple of weeks are gonna be all about. Obviously still keep the speed in there, so you'll see a bit of that this week. But let's get into it.
Okay guys, Tuesday morning, as always, racing to get to the bus. Today is one of the 3 days of the week I go to the city to work. It's about an hour away. So I take a couple of buses and you're gonna come with me and got my workout gear. So we're gonna go for just an easy zone 2 today, 10k, 8 to 10k. At lunchtime. And then afterwards, gonna hit up a sauna because we've started the taper. Maximum recovery is the name of the game now. Freshen up. Try out a sauna. Yeah, come with me. Alright guys, it's lunchtime and headed out on my 8 to 10k run here in the city. Good morning at work. It's going to be zone 2 conversational. Come with me. I have forgotten my watch. Bare wrist. So I'm going to have to do the old novice Strava recording. But hey, such is life. Let's go.
Beautiful sights on this run, the Auckland Harbour Bridge, not too far from the office. It was a windy one, this one, but apart from that, a lovely run. Shower, up the lift, and then back to the office, bit of lunch, back to work.
Right team, the work day's over. Headed to the sauna. Work day is over. And sauna is something I've tried a couple of times and I've always felt fantastic afterwards. If you haven't had a sauna before, probably most people have, but I don't know. Maybe they haven't. And as I said, entering the taper phase, so it's all about recovery. But guys, can I share something a little bit vulnerable with you? I've been having some thoughts lately. Obviously this series is called Sub-84, Are You Sure? I'm not sure if I'm sure, okay? It's a stretch goal and I love a stretch goal, but can I seriously hold 359 for 21 kilometers straight? Like, you would have seen in that last video, I was really hurting after just holding it for 7k. That was within a 25k long run. The previous 18 or however 16k had been slow, zone 2. So it just doesn't really stack up in my head right now, guys, being a little bit vulnerable. What I am holding on to is that thought that I don't want to peak before the race, I want to peak on the race day. And so not fully going there in training is probably a good thing, and feeling is, I don't know, maybe this is how I'm supposed to feel, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And now that we've entered taper week, or for the next couple of weeks up to the race, it's this sense of, have I done enough? I'm sure everyone feels this. Have I done enough? I've got to trust that I have, because pushing it really hard in this part of preparation is not going to do me any good at all. It's about frictioning up. And so long story short, it's a bit of vulnerability, and that's why I'm heading to the sauna today to just try and refocus that kind of energy that would want to go and smash myself to improve my fitness into a focus on recovery. So let's do it. Let's see how we feel afterwards.
Now here we are at the pools, which also have a sauna in them, and obviously I haven't been able to film myself in the sauna. That would be weird, and it would make other people uncomfortable, and also it would probably stuff my camera. So just imagine you're watching me now. This is me. I looked pretty much like this. I just sat there and I enjoyed it very much.
Wednesday morning. Absolutely horrible weather outside, and time to head to the office. But first, please feel sorry for me, because our little one kept us up a lot of the night, and it was a very bad sleep. So, tiny violins. Get out your tiny violins, everyone, and play them for me right now. Do you hear that? He's crying again.
Okay guys, lunchtime on a Wednesday. On the cards today is 3x2k at 3:55ish. That speed in the legs, even though they're in the taper. Wanted to keep the speed going in the legs. So let's go and get this done. Alright, so all suited and booted, ready to go for this workout. Haven't debriefed you on the sauna from yesterday, which was lovely. The legs are feeling pretty good today. Pretty light, pretty fresh. And I was just reflecting, man, thinking, what do I love most in saunas? Obviously, one of the things I love is the physiological effects, but another is just sitting there staring forward without the ability to be on your phone or anything. It's really mindful. It's a mindful experience. Really enjoyed that. So anyway, Wednesday lunchtime, get into a little warm-up, then 3 efforts at the 2k at 3:55, a little bit quicker than half marathon goal pace. Hopefully it's a bit late to start to make that race pace feel comfortable, but as I was saying yesterday, we're in the tape phase and the work's been done. Right now it's just about keeping the sharpness there while freshening up. So let's go do this. 3x2k at 3:55. Warm up done and had a little toilet stop. So feeling good now. Ready to start the first of these 2k efforts. And cool thing is, where I work in the city is not too far from the actual course for the half marathon, so we're on that right now. Obviously it's going to be on the road right there, but it's going to head back towards the city. That's the turn. The start point is at St. Heliers, which is 10ish k that way, maybe 9k that way. And yeah, obviously I know the stretch of road super well, so that's going to be awesome during the race coming up on the 12th. Today is the 1st. But yeah, let's go get this done. I'll see you in between each of them. First one done, 3:57 and 3:54, so being 3 minutes now, a little walkie joggy. We're right on the waterfront here, beautiful Auckland Waterfront. Just trying to focus on my form in that one. Really thinking about, one thing I struggle with is my arms, and especially one of my arms, I had a collarbone break when I was small, while I was younger, and I bring one of my shoulder arms across my body, so just trying to bring that straight. And the other thing, a tip I've really found helpful to stay nice and upright and get that form going well, is to think about your knees and your quads coming through. And if someone was to throw a ball at you and hit your thighs or your quads, that ball would go back to that person. So the angle of those quads, I think, can really help me to get my hips forward, keep my chest upright. So I think about stuff like that. And oh look, that wasn't too painful, first 2. I've still got a minute and a half, so I could better get jogging. We'll get on to the next one. Second effort done, 2k. 3:54 and 3:63-ish, I think. So touch quick, but that's okay. And the heart rate was pushing up into 180 there. So I'm very firmly in my zone 5. That is a touch quicker than race pace, but not that much quicker. So definitely not going to want to be at that 180 zone 5s during the race, apart from the last quarter, 5th. Look, I don't know if that indicates the base is not quite there, but you know what? We're in the taper now, so we can't think too much about that. So just got a bit over 2 minutes left to start jogging it. And I've turned around, heading back towards the office. Yeah, 1 more to go. Last one done, 3:53 and 3:54. So really happy with that, especially considering the terrible sleep last night. Thank you, my boy. And yeah, that's a confidence booster, I think. Knowing I can do 6K of work. Sorry, a bit noisy, yeah? 6K of work at that pace is pretty pleasing. Also found on that one, the heart rate was in the mid 170s, a little bit lower. I felt I had a tailwind, so that could explain the higher heart rate with a headwind the other way on the earlier one. Yeah, so all in all, confidence booster, and time just to jog it out. Back to the office, bit of rice, back to work.
Alright guys, it's Friday morning, Good Friday in fact, and I realised we completely skipped Thursday, but don't worry, it was a pretty uneventful day. I didn't run, just had to get a whole bunch of work done before the long Easter weekend, and so I thought I wouldn't bore you with that, to be fair. And you've seen what my life is like Monday to Wednesday there, so Thursday was pretty similar, and now I'm off till next Thursday, so Good Friday today. We're going to head to church soon, remember Jesus, and then we're going to go to lunch with my mum for her birthday with the kids. It's her birthday next week. Then I'm going to run back from the restaurant to home, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as they say, and it's just going to be an easy 8-ish K. I'm just going to keep it zone 1 and 2. Don't be a hero. Hashtag don't be a hero. And I've got a couple of... probably Sunday I'll do my long run, 15K. We'll be down in Welly, as I mentioned, Wellington. Tomorrow we're flying down there with the kids, so that'll be towards the end of the vlog. And yeah, that's what we got going on today, so stick around.
He wants a mum. This is mum.
Yeah. See how I taste it.
Every time he wants a mum, he
Yeah.
says mum.
Yeah, every time he wants me, he says mum, but if he wants something else as well, he often just says mum.
Saturday morning, I'm at the gym early, knocking the run out before we head to the airport to go down to Wellington.
So I've probably gone and done what most people will tell you not to do, and that's buy a new pair of shoes very close to my race. These bad boys, the Nike Vaporfly 4s, and I've developed a mild addiction to scrolling Facebook Marketplace for secondhand decent shoes, and I found these 100k in them. Got them for 85 New Zealand dollars, guys. So stoked about that. Gonna try them out, see whether we feel like we can do the race in them. Most people would say, don't do that. You've trained in something else. You've done your pace work in something else, but rules are for breaking. So let's see how we go. Last couple of cave on Trinity and these ones.
London, Paris, Amsterdam, Wellington. one of the great capitals of the world, Wellington, New Zealand. Literally the windiest city on earth. Did you know that, guys? It is the windiest city on earth. But these B-rolls look lovely. And how have I got them? Do I own a drone? You'll never know. Maybe I do. Wow. Welcome to Wellington. I've gone quiet over the last few days. It's Monday today. A beautiful Monday here in Welly. Welly on a good day. And heading out for my long run. I should have done it on Sunday, but I didn't. It's been busy. Lots of kids. Lots of fun. But yeah, grateful to have the time now to go for my run. So I'm going to go 15k. Getting out, pounding the pavement early, and then it's going to include 12 minutes at race pace, just to stay sharp. I'm going to come back and put the Vaporfly 4s on for that race pace segment. And my mate is going to come follow me on his moped to film a bit of action cam footage. So you're going to want to stick around for that. It's going to be fantastic. This is what we've been building to this week in the life. I realise it's tapered off as I've been tapering. This video has tapered off towards the end. It was all hiss and a roar Monday to Wednesday. Now we're the next Monday, so it's even gone on a little bit long. And it's tapering out, it's petering out, but I've saved the best to last, so let's go.
There's a common saying around New Zealand, you can't beat Wellington on a good day, and I'd say I'd have to agree. It was absolutely stunning running around the bays here, just in my zone 2, plodding away, and then headed back to change into the Vaporflies. And as I said, my friend came out and on his moped filmed me in some of the best content you're ever going to see. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sight of these 3-inch shorts, the legs out, and me starting my 12-minute effort at race pace in the most beautiful setting imaginable. Enjoy.